Last week on this channel I uploaded content covering the supposed leaks that indicated M. Bison, Vega, Armika, Sakura, Elena and a new unknown fighter would all be joining the roster of Street Fighter 6 as Season 2 DLC fighters. Since such a scenario excited me, I made a video speculating about each of these characters' arrivals and how each could affect the in-game lore of the Street Fighter 6 universe. In all honesty, although I stated multiple times in the upload to take all of this information with a pinch of salt, I myself was pretty hyped up about the situation, so I presented these apparent upcoming returns with the passion and vigour that I felt they deserved. So when I realised that the information I had put out there was based on nothing more than a massive lie, I felt incredibly disappointed that not only had I got excited about these fake leaks, but I'd made thousands of other people unnecessarily excited in the process. So for that, I am sorry.
Oh, sorry. Oh, I'm sorry, don't hurt me, sorry.
So that's that. No M. Bison, no Vega, no Armika or any of the others. That's the end of this disappointing story, right? Well, not quite, as we need to do a little digging and presentation on not only how we now know these leaks to be false, but why so many people beyond the desire of simply wanting these characters back were tricked into believing the info was coming from a credible source in the first place. There's a lot of shenanigans at play here, so let's explore them. Hello ladies and gentlemen, Big Daddy Top Hat here. Hit that subscribe button as it's time to discuss some salacious Street Fighter 6 gossip. Yeah! To fully understand this story, especially if this is the first time you're hearing about any of this, all this started with a post on Reddit, which would outline that Street Fighter 6's Season 2 DLC will introduce 6 new characters to the Street Fighter 6 roster. These would mostly consist of old favourites and a new one. While hearing it like this, from the off it sounds like complete bollocks. However, the way it was framed online made it sound incredibly believable. So let's discuss why I initially felt this information was valid enough to talk about, despite usually being an incredibly skeptical person. I would learn about the post through a large news website known as comicbook.com. A source that in its own words describes itself as the leading website for geek entertainment news covering superheroes, horror, science fiction, anime, gaming and much more. With a tremendously huge reach, the site claims that it receives 44 million visitors each month, creating an enormous digital footprint in social media, including over 12.8 million Facebook followers, 721,000 Twitter followers, 1.2 million Instagram followers, and over 1 million YouTube subscribers. With absolutely huge amounts of financial resources at their disposal, they gloat that they have their own comprehensive team of experts and newsmakers who talk directly with the entertainers and the creators of the industry, as well as the community at large, providing fans an authentic, one-of-a-kind view of the entertainment landscape. To further compound how big a publication comicbook.com is owned by CBS Interactive, with them themselves being a division of Paramount. You know, the massive global American multinational mass media and entertainment conglomerate worth over $8 billion. So taking into account the capital these lot have at their disposal, you would expect the information that they post in their news articles to be true, right? They clearly have a lot of funds to play with and the resources available to do their proper due diligence. So therefore, while I took the leaks themselves that I read about on their website with a pinch of salt, I wrongly believe the other information they had provided me with backing up the leaks to be credible. However, instead, they uploaded a fake news article that upon another inspection is full of misinformation. Looking back, what makes the article so alarming is that the false info featured within begins from the very first sentence posted, with this wording being the primary reason that I believe this story got so much traction and as far as it did in the first place. It reads, a leaker who accurately leaked the entire Street Fighter 6 roster before it was revealed has returned with word of 6 DLC characters coming as part of Season 2. With them going on to mention that they heard about the leaks from Reddit leaker ShinVergeBen. For many, including myself, this made this news sound very exciting indeed, as most of us can recall all the Street Fighter 6 characters, including the first season of DLC fighters, being leaked an entire year before the game's release. In fact, I covered this on the channel as far back as June of 2022, and every character leaked in that instance transpired to be the real deal. Speaking of Street Fighter 6, if you are yet to experience this fantastic game, you can get a massive 49% off this amazing game simply by using my affiliate link in the pinned comments. You can also support the channel and get huge discounts on countless other games by using my same instant gaming affiliate link. Happy shopping. As for cross-referencing Street Fighter 6's 2022 leaks with what happened last week, this raises the question, what was so wrong about comicbook.com's paragraph about the most recent so-called spoilers? Well, the problem comes from the fact that the huge multinational corporately owned website incorrectly reported that both the original leaks and this new set of leaks came from the exact same account, even though this was neither true nor backed up. In fact, to add insult to injury, the two accounts have completely different names, meaning it should have been easy to distinguish the difference between the two when they wrote the article. As for myself, not being a human who lives terminally online, I tend to try and avoid platforms that are full of social rejects like Reddit, so I just took the gaming news site for their word, as they at least on the surface seemed like a trustworthy source.
Big mistake.
Despite this, others have since indicated to me that the original account, who had accurately leaked the first 22 roster members, has responded to all of this information, confirming it to be fake. In response to the Shin Verge Ben's post, which comicbook.com indicated in their own words came from a leaker who accurately leaked the entire Street Fighter 6 roster, the real base roster leaker with the account DazVergeBen would respond, stating, "That's not me. I would have gotten to clearing it up sooner, but I've been busy to the point where I was not even aware this was even going on until today, because some content creators and sites started running stories about it, and it was right in my face, so I had to sign on here to express that. I haven't reached out to any sources yet that may be able to look into it, as I got on here right after I heard someone was posing as me, so I just wanted to confirm that account isn't my new account, or something, in whatever attempt they're trying to build credibility to believe it and gain traction. That person is someone else entirely." The moment I read this post, alarm bells were instantly ringing, which made me question how I was fooled into believing in this so-called leak in the first place. I thus retraced my steps, leading me back to the article that had initially grabbed my attention on comicbook.com, who inaccurately reported that Shin Verge Ben was an account run by the prolific Accurate Leaker. So, from my perspective, I got information from what I deemed to be a reputable source. Excitement overtook me, and I made a video putting out an opinion piece giving my thoughts on the news they presented. The point of uploads like the one from last Saturday are to create discussion and discourse, which I think the video did well. However, it's a shame that it was founded on misinformation peddled by corporate juggernauts. A corporate juggernaut whom, I must remind you, brag on their website to have a huge amount of resources along with its own comprehensive team of experts and newsmakers. However, when they say newsmakers, I guess they mean that quite literally, considering they make the news up. To give the article writer the benefit of the doubt though, they could have got muddled up with regards to who posted the Reddit leaks, which I agree is a simple mistake to make. However, it seems like this is something that should have at least been captured by the editorial process, as one person making a mistake is acceptable, but 1, 2, even 3 or 4 making the mistake is considerably less forgivable in my opinion.
I'd like to make a complaint, please.
It's a shame that this article and the subsequent opinion videos that preceded gained the traction that they did, as this clearly meant that the attention-seeking troll who put out the fake leaks got exactly the exposure that they wanted. Reflecting back on everything, I am sorry that the opinion piece I uploaded on these supposed leaks helped feed the misinformation machine, rather than do what I intended, create discussion and intrigue about these characters potentially returning in the future, something which will hopefully happen regardless of this week's shenanigans or not. While I'm providing you with an update regarding the true nature of the leaks, as of the writing of this video, comicbook.com has seemingly made no effort to correct the misinformation on their website which they put out there, despite them being part of an $8 billion multinational conglomerate with, according to themselves, a huge amount of reach and resources. Most of us don't have as much cash to spare as them, so don't forget you can use my instant gaming link to get loads of Street Fighter games and others for dirt cheap. And sadly, since I don't have the same money behind me as Paramount, you can support what I do in a more personal way by supporting my work over on Patreon. Thank you so very much. Cheerio. But before I go, I just want to quickly re-emphasize that last week's video is a tragedy that should have never have happened. So for that, I am deeply Sorry. I'm sorry. 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 Who's sorry? Sorry. Sorry.